our allies.
Allies or not, someone ought to show them their place.
Young Lord Capon is finally free again. Let's hope he'll take better care of himself now.
He got a harsh lesson, but at least he might remember to lay off that tomfoolery of his for a while. But if not, war will make a man of him soon enough.
Do you think there's really going to be a war? I mean a proper one, not just sitting around and talking about it.
I sincerely hope so. Whoever sits around risks nothing. It's time to get off our asses and take action.
What do you think about Jobst?
Are you testing me? Jobst called this assembly and he wants things to turn out well. We have to trust him.
To turn out well for whose benefit, though? Some are up to their elbows in silver and blood, so others can live in freedom.
Better make sure you're among the latter, then. And in the meanwhile, help the former to keep their losses to a minimum.
I thought I was supposed to talk. Well, let's talk to Radzig. This is Henry's dad.
You wouldn't be avoiding me. We didn't have much time for conversation on the way here. Let's rectify that.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, there's something I'd like to ask you. What are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
James Vincent?
Well,
Okay, I'll check it out.
I
Thanks.
have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
I couldn't help but notice your son has a bit of a talent for getting into trouble.
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal rest. Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say, doesn't matter who kneaded the dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. Praise the Lord.
Wow. Wow. That is, some insinuation. Alright. I need to talk to someone on the other side of this wall.
Why we mustn't push too hard.
Butchik?
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Jobst comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men-at-arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men-at-arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
What about me? You dirty old man. You have nothing to offer this young lady. Like, she's a young lady from an important family, and I'm just like, hey, I'm a homeless hobo priest. Also, I like beer. Can I have your daughter? No. Hans?
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of children.
And to half the wenches in his domain, too, eh? On the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation.
Oh my God.
And Hanush can always be relied on, despite his temper. Maybe it's not such a bad idea.
I'll convey your offer to Lord Capon. If he agrees, we can celebrate our alliance.
I don't care what the young lord thinks. Hanush is the one to decide. If he agrees, I'll be happy to support your plan.
Pushing a friend to tie the knot to save the kingdom. Things have come to a pretty pass.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice. Now stop dilly-dallying and go and tell Hanush.
Oh man, I wonder if I could, because it also had the Liechtenstein was another option there. I don't know if that would have worked or not.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do? Let's hear it then.
Lord Capon's gonna get married.
Young Lord Capon is going to get married.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his heart. I'm not going to support some bastard.
What a reputation he has.
My meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that? With who?
With the niece of Sir Bushek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yitka.
Bushek of Kunstadt? The Bushek of Kunstadt? Godwin, you conniving old bastard.
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sassa. Or what about a bishopric?
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans. I want to tell him myself.
Don't tell
Let's
Hans?
drink to it, shall we?
Oh my god.
Cheers!
Alright, this
Cheers
is our
to you,
fourth shot.
And to your parlaying skills.
So don't tell Hans we just signed him up for marriage? Okay.
Greetings to you, friend.
Is this guy gonna want to drink too?
Sir Bushek, your niece Yitka can start preparing for her wedding.
So Hanush agreed, without reservations.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my end of the bargain without reservation.
Thank you, Lord of Kunstadt.
Enough formality. We'll have a drink. What do you say?
Yeah,
Cheers
sure.
to the beautiful Lady Yitka and the unhappy Lord Capon.
Here's to a good bargain.
That's my fifth shot. Seventh, counting the cutscene. Oh, man. Get support from Anna of Waldstein. Gotta find her. Anna of Waldstein. I don't know what she looks like other than a lady. You know, I'm kind of curious. Where am I on the map right now? Devil's... Okay. Alright, got it. Surprised he's still standing. He has years of experience. I will say the drunk meter is getting way too full. It's hang on a second. Like, look at it. It's almost it's almost completely full, and then we go into bad times. Is it still filling up? Stop filling up.
What? Oh, come on!
Maid Alishka.
Hold up.
Dude, it's still filling up. It needs to stop. Oh no. Oh god. What's that mean? What's that buff mean? Drunk. Oh god. Okay, we're into negative stats territory now. We left a good drunk. We've entered bad drunk. Now it's just objective survive, chat. Do you have an anti-drunk potion? No, this isn't even the main character. It looks like it's not gonna last too long. Dude, where is this lady? Anna. Oh, there she is. Oh god, I might have slurred. Dude, we're wobbling. We're wobbling.
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support. And your money.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that. But what do you want my money for?
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady. We need to gather enough resources to...
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again, Mom. You're well informed.
I am rarely mistaken.
I'd say you have a better nose for people than most of this crowd.
Not only for people, but also for good food and wine. And beneficial deals.
Who did you learn from? In my experience, women usually learn other skills.
I acquired the basics from my husband. God rest his soul. And the rest I learnt quickly, as soon as others started sniffing around his estate. So, to the point. What is it that Liechtenstein wants from me?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help? Why should I, of all people, take the risk?
Let's try this one.
It's not only your money we're interested in. You're well able to negotiate and trade. And if you were to take part in our plan...
Then I'd be helpful to you on two fronts. If you want me to support you, you must give me a good reason. Perhaps a favor in return.
Do you have something in particular in mind?
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the wrong hands.
Who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought with him...
What?
I would support your proposal.
And the papers I'm supposed to plant on Alder?
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating ones disappeared without a trace, it would arouse suspicion.
And these papers I'm supposed to switch, what do they concern?
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between myself and certain undesirable parties.
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear. But I'll rest easier when those papers are in my hands.
Oh, okay. That's not as bad as it made it sound earlier.
All right, I'll help you. Or at least I'll give it a try.
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed on the outer courtyard. Bring them to me.
Oh, thank God it doesn't involve pickpocket. I have no idea how good this
watch
drunk old man
yourself.
is at pickpocketing.
Odorin's groom has eyes everywhere.
Back to wobbling. Yeah, Henry has separate dialogue when he's drunk. I'm not sure if Godwin has separate dialogue when he's drunk. He might just be like, ah, yes, this is my normal state of being.
What the? Hey,
Crap.
you! What are you doing here? No one's allowed in here.
I'm waiting for you, sinner. What?
I'm waiting here for you.
Oh, how's that?
I've been watching you for a while, and I have a feeling you do well to talk a little. In conspectu Dei.
Who in God's name are you?
In God's name indeed. I'm a priest, and I know a wretched sinner when I see one.
Is it that obvious? Christ above!
Don't blaspheme. It'll help you more to confess.
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
Wait,
no
what?
one's allowed in here.
I just got out of this. Did I not just get out of this?
I'm here on a matter of Lady Anna of Waldstein's. It's very important.
And what would her ladyship want in this here shed?
That's none of your concern. But Lady Anna stressed that it's a matter of urgency. You know the law of falling shit?
No. What's that?
If you hold me up, Lady Anna will give me shit. And I'll have to drop it on your head. And since you're just a fucking groom, you can complain at best to the nags here. Is it worth it to you?
No, it's not. And in the morning, when I met him, I swore I never laid eyes
Wait,
on
we're
his
back
face,
to the confession
even
now?
though my back was scratched raw from our roll in the hay.
That's a mortal sin. Lying with a woman that you're not joined with in holy matrimony.
Godwin, shut
And
up.
then
You sleep with
lying about
everyone.
it too. That's already 2 commandments broken for the price of 1.
I'll go to hell for that, won't I?
You won't. As long as you repent. Be contrite. Fast and pray. 10 Our Fathers. Ego te absolvo.
I'll start right away. Thank you, Father. That won't please Lord Odorin.
This was such a weird encounter. Alright, where's the saddlebags I have to muck with? Okay, I've swapped the papers. Is it up here? Yeah, this is it.
I've got those papers from Aldo for you.
Quiet!
Yeah, I was about to say, that was a bit loud.
Everyone.
My lady, with all the clamor going on here, I can hardly hear my own thoughts. Here they are.
You're more capable than I expected. Thanks for the help.
You're welcome. And now you're part of the bargain.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words and money.
Thank you, noble lady. God will...
Yes, quite. But let's drink to our bargain, Godwin.
Sure.
How could I refuse a toast for such a
I'm already strong.
To your health, Lady Anna.
And to the success of our efforts.
I feel like we're going to be punished for having not said no to one of these people. Oh, God. We wobbling. We wobbling.
I'm still hoping it works out and we walk out of here with a clear plan.
Hey.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiations.
Is this supposed to be your secret weapon?
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect
Look at Godwin. He's starting to
Tell
wobble.
me, Godwin of the House of Odorin, what news do you bring us?
I bring nothing from the House of Odorin. But the widow of Waldstein and Sir Bocek of Kunstadt will support our cause.
Both of them. Good heavens, what did you promise them?
This is going to be a long story, and I could use a drink. So if you'll excuse me.
No, Godwin, don't do it. You'll die.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord. But we will wait with an army at our backs.
Yes. And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the Balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Kuttenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslaus, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipzig
Is Hans about to find out?
will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Dude, the noise is cutting out like he's in a trench in a war.
Lords Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
And I'm like, yeah, let's celebrate with another drink. Hans is thinking about jumping out that window. Did you see Hanush look back like, don't you kill yourself? I'm wondering if I had done the thing where Henry dates Hans, if Hans would have been like, no, wait, I have a boyfriend. Just completely just ruined everything.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere. Point them to the Jewish quarter and give them free rein. To do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side. They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rabble get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylenders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty...
Okay, suddenly this guy's got my vote. Wait, I'm supposed to hate this guy? He's saying pay the low workers proper wages? Wait a minute. Next thing he's going to promote healthcare and good education? What?
Can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
He's promoting the massacre of the... No, I wasn't focusing on that, Plague. I was just focusing about the wages, okay? Oh my god.
Apologize, sire.
Trying to cancel me over
everything
nothing.
In my power to...
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore place the City Council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present here, with immediate effect. He will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence! I am the only guarantor of your rights.
Guarantor.
You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike...
Imagine if Henry walks through. Anyone need a refill? Wine? Anyone? Anyone? And King is like, what are you doing? Sir, you want some wine?
My brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output.
Boss Cannon says, I love medieval stuff. I was wondering if this game is worth buying. In my opinion, yes. I picked up the game on launch day, and I've played nearing 50 hours in the last week. An unhealthy amount of hours in the last week. I am personally loving it. Now, I don't know what type of games you enjoy, so I cannot guarantee that you're going to love it, but I'm having an absolute blast. So.
I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Please don't kill me,
The two
sire.
of us, Marquardt. Was I not perhaps too harsh on them? And speak candidly. We have had enough.
I don't know which type of wine he wants.
You are harsh, rightfully so. These councillors, they need to be shown their place. You suffered
Oh, I don't think he wants one at all right now.
for far too long. And the same is true of the Jews.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. But we are not. 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 We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?